Good morning. Welcome to the latest episode of Keeping It Real with Film Gordon. I am Tim Gordon, joined by Charles Kirkland. Charles, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great this morning. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
It absolutely is. And it's also that time of year. And absolutely, I say this sometimes where people think I'm not being sincere, but I really do mean it. These are two of my very favorite people. We're back once again with the founder of the Middleburg Film Festival for the 9th Annual Middleburg Film Festival, or if they're branding it as the Middleburg Film Fest 2021, or the 20, I'm not sure exactly how you brand it, but however it's being branded.
It's our 9th year and it's 2021 and we're raring to go.
I hit them both, 9th Annual 2021, but we're joined by Sheila Johnson, who is the founder. I'm not sure exactly. I was looking for the actual title. Would you be festival director? Because I know Susan Koch is the executive director.
She's just founder and chairman of the board.
That it is. Those two things you just said. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to our show. Welcome to our annual preview. You see the smile on my face. I'm wearing my Middleburg shirt. I love this festival.
I love that shirt. I don't think I still have that one. That's very
sold out.
That's very attractive.
Yeah. This is from what we call the 9 Times Club. You know, there's not a lot of us in the 9 Timers Club, but I am so excited for what you guys are doing this year. I looked at the schedule, and as always, you guys hit it out the park. I always I've told you both privately, and I've said it publicly that for those of us who don't go to Telluride. I didn't go to Toronto this year, but you have some films from Toronto as well as films from Venice as well. It's a great, great lineup. So I will let both of you talk a little bit about what are some of the highlights that we're looking forward to this year. Because I know we've got Belfast, we've got Hand of God, we've got The Heart of They Fall, we've got King Richard. Just go ahead.
I think you've really kind of nailed it. Can I get a little business out of the way first?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah, we want to talk about COVID protocols here at the resort and in the town of Middleburg. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we will be doing COVID testing. We need proof of vaccination and wearing masks. And we will be doing some good social distancing. We will be holding things outside, like some of our talks. For the smaller talks, we'll come in, but we will make sure that everyone's socially distanced. But I want everyone to know that this is a safe place to come for the Middleburg Film Festival.
We gave it a lot of thought. Last year we were hybrid. We were largely virtual, though we did have outdoor evening screenings. And I know everybody is just really excited to be back together in person. Tim, you know so well that you can't replicate virtually that feeling of being together in a theater and watching a movie together and then talking about it together afterwards. And I think we all crave that community and camaraderie. And so, but we have to do it, as Sheila said, in a safe way. Right. And so we gave it a lot of thought in terms of our COVID protocols, and what we could do. And so while everyone's health is our primary concern, we also want to say, we're so looking forward to welcoming everyone back to the movies.
And I just want to say the drive-in was so popular last year that we are doing it again. People loved it. And so we're being able to increase our car count, which is really terrific. So we will have the food trucks and all the yummies, while you're watching the movies outside in your car.
Now, we're going to get to this year, but you've hit on a point that really was interesting because I did come to the drive-in last year and saw a double feature on opening night. How challenging was that for you guys last year doing the festival in that way when you had been accustomed for the first 7 years of having a resort full of people and a lot of bustling activity? How much of a challenge was it last year for you?
No, it was actually fun. I think what has been the positive spin on COVID is that we've had to learn to think outside of the box, to be much more creative, much more visionary. And because of that, we would have never thought about the drive-in theater. And it was just, I really had a lot of fun last year because all the rooms that faced the screens were sold out. And we delivered all of the meals to the rooms, and we had bar carts going up and down the hallways so that people could get their drinks. Those that wanted to continue to sit outside, we provided blankets. We just had so much fun. And those people that were watching virtually in Washington, D.C., we were able to deliver by occasions caterers their dinners, those that were part of those packages. So I think more than anything, it strengthened our creativity to be able to even reach a wider audience. And it was just exciting. I really had a lot of fun. What about you, Susan?
I did too. I mean, I've heard from so many people that, seeing Nomad Land under the stars outside was really special. And
yeah, we were in it felt like we were in the RV anyway.
that said, we want to be back in person. And
Yeah.
so I think I think, and Sheila's known for thinking out of the box. Does that in everything she does. And so we did that. And now we're ready to take the lessons learned from last year and come back together. And we're really excited.
Well, I want to compliment you, Sheila, that if anybody could take on that challenge, think outside the box, as you said, and be as creative as you. You got a 5-star resort. Of course, you figured out a way to make it work last year. I was looking at you. I was like, if anybody could figure this out, it would be you. So, and you did. So congratulations on last year.
I have a good team of people, and all the staff here at Salamander, they were just amazing.
Okay, so I agree, and I think they are, and I can't wait to be back out there. So let's talk about opening night. So on Thursday night, I apologize. You're going to lead off with The Rescue and early afternoon, and then you're going to open with the Will Smith film, King Richard. Now, I haven't seen it yet, but all my colleagues who have been telling me for the last month or so that I'm going to enjoy this film. Why is this film the film that you guys chose to go with as your opener this year?
That's a great question. You give a lot of thought to what you open with, and it kind of sets the tone for the festival. It's a real crowd pleaser. It's just a great film, and I think it's just such a great fit for our festival. And Sheila is the first African American woman to own
Diversity.
three sports teams. This is a story of Serena and Venus and the challenges that they faced trying to break into the world of tennis. And it was just the determined father, played by Will Smith, that really made it possible. So I think when we saw it, my programmer and we just knew that this was just a great fit for so many reasons. And as you mentioned, we have what we started doing a few years ago was for those early birds that arrive, we give we show a film earlier before the opening. And this year it's The Rescue, which is a spectacular documentary. It's the story of those dozen Thai soccer players who got trapped in the flooded cave. Yeah. And it's so interesting because we all know the ending, and thank goodness it's a happy ending, but you're still on the edge of your seat as you're watching it. You just, even though you just get so caught up with it. So that's a really, we love opening with that. And then King Richard, as you said, it's just a great fit for us.
Are we having the tennis players come? The young ones?
No. We have to.
Oh man, I thought we were getting exclusive.
Well,
I want Venus and Serena to show
they
up.
were. There's a few. Those is one of the challenges of COVID. It was very likely that it would happen, and then there are some COVID restrictions that but the film is spectacular. And I think that everyone will be in such a great mood after seeing it. And we've got great talent throughout the festival. You might.
Susan, don't be jumping ahead, Susan. I'm getting ready to get to that. Don't jump ahead. So wait a minute. So let's talk about Friday.
Okay.
Friday highlights include you've got Hand of God and Red Rocket, which are your, I think, the Friday spotlight, and then you have the international spotlight. Now, I am upset with the programmer, which would be, in this case, be Susan, because you're playing The Harder They Fall opposite Red Rocket on Friday night. So I have to clone myself and try to figure out how to see both of these fantastic films. Talk about the programming choices this year, because in addition to that, you guys, a lot of these films are being shown a single time. So, and I know there's a reason behind it. So go ahead.
There is a reason for it, and one of it is because of COVID. We had to we have one less venue, and we also had to decrease our audience size, because we don't want the theaters to be quite so full. But then there were just so many great films, and we made the decision, rather than not showing a great film, that we would show it once. And so, I feel for you. I know that challenge of like, oh my God, I want to see both. But in a way, as you know, Tim, because you go to so many film festivals, that's part of going to a film festival, is like saying, oh my goodness, I wish I could see this. And you have the opportunity. Now, I will say I've seen both of them. They're terrific. The whole cast of Red Rocket will be with us, including Simon Rex, who's being touted for his extraordinary performance. Sean Baker, the director, who is known for Florida Project and Tangerine, he'll be with us. So I think that's a positive to have that whole cast.
Got to make a decision.
Yeah, and then you have The Harder They Fall, which I'm not sure, Tim, but I know it premiered, or it's premiering at the London Film Festival, but I'm not sure if it's been shown in the US yet. So, and it's got an all-star cast, Idris Elba, Regina King, I mean, you name it. So I don't know, maybe you should flip a coin.
Sheila.
Susan, you're not making it any easier to make
right.
it easier.
Because, it's got to be Sheila and Idris. Thank you.
And especially since The Harder They Fall was being shown in the drive-in, I particularly love drive-ins. I take my family at least once a year, sometimes twice. So I'm like, oh man, the cast of Red Rocket, the drive-in is such a hard choice.
It is. I mean, oh gosh. And I feel like there are hard choices. And, it was a struggle to put together that schedule, because you think about that. But what you try to do is you try to program for, different tastes. And, I think the other film we have at that time slot is the
Bernstein's Wall.
Yeah.
So, I figure, well, that's very different from those two. But
Yeah.
you're right. It's especially been a challenge this year in terms of, fitting everything in. And, also there's something else going on, which is out of our control, is that movies are getting longer.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right about that part.
Which was almost 3 hours.
You're absolutely. So now here we go again. Here's the fun part. Let's talk about the fun that is Saturday.
Yes.
Which is always my favorite day.
Excuse me, Tim, I can't leave Friday yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go. Give me some more Friday.
Well, we are the Friday morning film is The Lost Daughter. Maggie Gyllenhaal is making her directorial debut. It's based on a novel by Elena Ferrante, but one of the cast is
drum roll
is Dakota Johnson. She's spectacular, and she will be here with us.
Yes.
So we are thrilled to have Dakota with us. She's getting our Spotlight Actor Award. And then we also have in the afternoon a really fantastic film called Mass with Ann Dowd. And Anne will be with us, and she's getting our Agnes Varda Award this year. So these are two great women. And before you even get to the fact that Paolo Sorrentino, two-time Oscar winner, will be here with The Hand of God. And then you have Red Rocket and Harder They Fall.
I love him so much as a filmmaker. So yes.
Okay. There you can
talk about an all-star lineup. That's just crazy.
Absolutely.
So now can I move to Saturday?
Yeah, you can.
All right. So look.
I've not done the 9 festivals like Tim has done. So I see that you're doing something very interesting on Saturday morning that I've not seen before at your festival. You're having a secret screening. And I know, I'm kind of new to this with you two, but I'm not sure. Maybe we can get an exclusive as to maybe what that might be.
They're not going to tell us. Trust me. They're not going to tell us. You could try it.
We gave you a few clues.
Yeah.
So, Charles, I'm not going to answer, but it is a great film. Obviously, you're going to now say to me, oh, well, you put it up against Spencer.
Yeah.
And
I am not because I know the secret screening protocol. I did send an email to ask if it was a particular film, because if it was, I would have rearranged my schedule, but I was assured that it was not. So I'm okay. I'm fine. So I think the audience, look at Sheila. Look, I'm like, no, I think the secret film is absolutely a fantastic idea, because sometimes people will stumble onto something by just gambling and taking a chance, and will see something magnificent. I remember several years ago, I was at Sundance, and the secret film was Get Out, which shocked everybody. Yeah. So the secret film, I love that idea. Susan, is that you that came up and said that we should put this into our festival this year?
well,
Yes.
but the distributor, I wish I could take all the credit, but it was kind of like, we said, we want this film. And they said, okay, what about making it a secret screening and create a little bit of excitement. And, it's interesting. And, some people like, okay, you can't make a decision. We'll just take our chances. But Tim, you raised a really good point. And I tell people this all the time. A lot of times people's favorite films are the ones that they didn't expect to see.
Right.
And I want to say that our international films are so great this year, and I couldn't rave about them more. And so I know some of our folks that come every year have said to me, we know we can see King Richard, and we know we can see Belfast, and we know we can see the big films in the theaters, but it's those other films, those gems, those international ones that you might not otherwise get a chance to see. And so they will put those on the top of their list. And because there's one I just love called Seven Prisoners. It's on Saturday night. It's the Brazilian film. The director will be with us. And it was one of the first films I saw for this year. And I'll tell you, it still haunts me.
I agree with you. I've seen it. It's a really good thing. It's very depressing though, but my God. No, I agree with you. It's a really good film, and I'm saying this laughing tongue in cheek, because I'm looking at Sheila's face. Sheila, we're not dissuading anybody from seeing films. We just know that during award season, this is the sort of content that we get. The films are heavy during award season. So
Yeah.
Right. Everyone always says, why don't we have any more comedies? And we say, well, you know what? Comedies will come out during award season.
Well,
So-
I think we have a variety of other documentaries that I think will be uplifting. I mean, we got Julia Child, story of Julia Child, Jacques Cousteau. I'm looking forward to looking at the Arthur Ashe,
Yeah, Citizen
It's
Ash.
Nash. Yep.
It is Sam Pollard is a
Yeah.
co-director who's really well known,
Yeah.
and his co-director with Rex, they did I thought it was one of the best documentaries I've seen.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward, if I can watch it. There's so many other films. See, she's seen most of all of them. I couldn't go this year because I was tied up with another event here at the resort.
Sheila,
But,
I think you're going to be all right, though. I think if you really wanted to see a film, I think you'll be okay.
I'm sure I can. And I want to talk a little bit about Leonard Bernstein, because I grew up on his youth concerts, when I was small. And that's what got me into the arts and practicing my violin every night. I just loved that series, and that's what I grew up on, was Leonard Bernstein. So I'm really looking forward to,
And the director will be here.
yes.
So you guys are talking about the films. I think the other thing we need to talk about is the events that you're going to have out at the Middleburg Terrace this year. You're going to open up with Women in Film, a conversation early in the morning. The art of film makeup, that ought to be interesting. Who is going to be here for that conversation? Is there anybody of note that we need to know about?
Very much of note. Donald Moat, who is, I saw when I don't know if it was Variety or IndieWire One put out the Oscar contenders, and he was at the top of the list for makeup because he's the makeup artist for Dune. So, okay, so yeah.
Another film we've seen recently. That's a good one. You're also having the Charles. Oh, go ahead.
So go on. You ask.
No, I was going to say you're also doing the Charles Fox tribute. I know when we had lunch, colleague Nell Minow was very excited about this, and I think that that's going to spill over to a lot of other folks. I love the choices that you guys make year in and year out with your programming. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I'm assuming we're not going to have I don't call it a concert, but you usually have like like you've had Terrence Blanchard in the past, you've had Diane Warren in the past.
Diane
Yeah,
Warren, yeah.
yeah.
Charles here.
Charles is going to perform, and I'll tell
Yeah,
you
Okay.
it's a
something.
one-man show.
We consciously,
Love 'em.
yeah. Softly is his song.
Yeah.
I've got a
You know what I
name.
mean? Yeah.
Happy Days. I first met Charles a few years ago.
I know all of them, you know, to that older generation that watch TV.
Right.
But you know what? Charles is going to be here all weekend, and and I'm just hoping every chance we get, we're going to like shove him over to the piano. But I first met him a few years ago at it was a party for some film, and he was there, and he was sitting at the piano singing his songs, and it was a magical evening. And Diane Warren happened to be there, who will also be back with us this year, and she was singing
Love
along.
Diane.
And Catherine Bostic, your friend, will be here.
Yep, love Catherine.
Leslie Barber, Amy Dougherty. We are having a concert.
Yeah.
Charles is going to be performing,
With minus the orchestra.
Yeah. But that's
I was gonna say one of my favorite memories of being at the festival, and I don't know what year it was one year somebody got on the piano late on a Friday or Saturday night, and we had an impromptu singing kind of performance from Sheila Johnson, which was what's really interesting to me. Had I really understood what you guys were doing year in and year out, we should have documented this, and we could have done a documentary on the Middleburg Film Festival behind the scenes. It has been, you guys have done an amazing job, and I've told you this over and over how much I enjoy this festival. The weather is rustic out in Middleburg that time of year. The hospitality, the films, everything about this festival really, really works well. And it is a tribute and a salute to the both of you, because I know Sheila will always deflect and say, "Oh, I have a great team." Yes, you do. And Susan Koch is very, very good at what she does in programming this festival. But you should take the credit as the person who, this is your concept, your idea. Susan comes along, you guys complement each other very, very well. Everything about this festival works. I'm telling everybody, you guys need to be in Middleburg. It's 4 days of amazing films, amazing hospitality, amazing events. And Sheila's looking because you have some other stuff you want to plug with the festival, don't you?
I do. Powerful documentaries. And, I'm so big on the diversity issue.
Right.
One of the films is called Who We Are, a Chronicle of Racism in America.
Okay.
I really want to ask people to come and see this. This is a really important film. And there's one other thing, you were talking about how Susan and I complement each other. I don't know if you know that we've done a lot of documentary film work together. Remember the other, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I know Susan has, but I didn't know you. Okay.
Yes.
And the thing is, with Sheila, our children were in kindergarten together. So we've known each other many years, and we've worked together on many films. And I guess it was 9 years ago, 9.5 years ago, I should say, Sheila said to me, "I want to start a film festival. Do you want to run it?" And I'm like looking at her like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But you know what? Everything Sheila does seems to work out. So, hey, I'm in.
Here, I'm trying to plug the documentary. We did The Other City.
Yeah.
What else have we done?
There's been
a lot.
And so this I think grew out of an extension of it. And Sheila had been on the board of Sundance. And, so I think, if you love films and you appreciate film festivals, because, it brings it to the people, right? In a way that we just all love.
Now, I want to tell you one other thing, because I totally forgot about it. I was executive producer for the Summer of Soul, which won Sundance. Did you know that?
you know.
John Legend got me into this over 10 years ago. I forgot about it. I put my money in. And then the next thing I know, I get a call from Sundance. They said your film won Sundance. And I'm like, what film are you talking about?
That was one of the best music documentaries I've seen.
It
Yeah.
finally got done.
They say the average
Oh,
length to make a
gosh.
film is 8 years. They're not kidding.
Oh my God. It took forever. to
So you
get-
said you invested in that film 10 years ago?
Yes.
It was,
Wow.
and it
Wow.
was a different director at that time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I remember meeting these people in a steak restaurant in New York City, and they pitched it to me, and I said, you know, this is terrific.
Anything with
Absolutely,
music.
yeah. And I remember that whole thing, you know, I remember that music festival in Harlem.
Really?
Way back. Yeah, I'm much older than you all think. Yes. And I just thought this was absolutely perfect. But then it took forever to raise the money, which I'll talk about. You know, I can get in this whole thing of supporting Black filmmaking. I mean, it is the hardest thing. When I was doing The Butler, I mean, I had to raise over $30 million.
I remember you telling us that story. I do.
It's just ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I mean, we have got to start really supporting Black filmmakers.
Yeah, Susan. That's a joke, Susan.
That was, yeah.
We're getting the
are.
films
We
here.
are, and you know, I think that, Sheila, I mean, we are, that's, as I said, that's been really the driving
Yeah,
mission
it's
from the
been the core
beginning,
of this.
that we want to, you know, broaden people's, you know, views of the world and understanding of one another. And I think you do that by, you know, okay, some people say, oh, I don't know if Red Rocket is a Middleburg film. Well, there's no really such thing as a Middleburg film, other than the fact that we think it's a really good film.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah. If it's an excellent film, it's a Middleburg film.
thank you.
Well, I wanted to, since you were talking about that, Sheila, I wanted to talk about Passing, which is a film that debuted at Sundance that you guys are going to feature at the festival. Tessa Thompson, Ruth Negga, directed by Rebecca Hall in her directorial debut. That's another film that I'm really looking forward to seeing, as well as Belfast, which is going to be your Saturday night kind of spotlight film. Belfast is getting a lot of press right now, and it's probably a film that's going to be an Oscar nominee for Best Picture. You guys, over the years, have had an extraordinary run, and especially with documentaries. And when you talk about the documentary work you guys have done, there are a lot of docs and international films that I've seen at Middleburg that have gone on that have been Oscar nominees. And I remember one year in particular, I think you showed 4 of them, 4 of the 5 nominees at the festival. What is it about? And I guess this is more of a Susan question. What is it? Because you have a really good eye at picking things that end up, at being critically acclaimed. Is that just you? I wouldn't call it luck after year, because you've done it like 6 or 7, 8 or 9 times. You've done it. What is the secret sauce for you, Susan, when you're looking at these films early on to kind of figure out, like, this is a film that I think that fits our festival, but I think it has that sort of appeal?
So I have to also say, you know, our programmer Connie White is fantastic, and we work
Okay.
together, and we both watch everything and we talk about them. And I don't know, I think it's a lot of it is instinctive, you know. I mean, when both Connie and I saw Belfast at different times, and we just knew instantly that this was just a special film, and we wanted it for Saturday night. Of course, we're thrilled that Kenneth Branagh will be with us.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, the international films are interesting because early on, we have a film advisory board. And I remember when we were asking their advice, and they said, you know, play to your location as well. You know, Washington is an international community.
Mhm.
And so we started looking at international films. And I remember the first year people said, oh, we don't want to see anything with subtitles, you know, but now they're often their first choice. So I think it's, I think all the international films we have this year are great. I would have liked to do more. I mean, you're asking why the schedule is so crowded, because I think the last one I saw was Prayers for the Stolen. And I I said to Connie, I love this film. I want to include it. And she said, oh my gosh, we have no room. And, so, but it was too good a film to let it slip away. And so I think this year you're going to see, I don't know, maybe we can wager a pair of socks or something. We are
Susan and her socks, I'll tell you.
and we're going to see how many of our international features, get nominated. I think we could have quite a few.
So before we get out of here, we cannot ignore Cyrano, which Peter Dinklage is getting a lot of advanced buzz for that one. And The Power of the Dog is your closer, film from Netflix. Benedict Cumberbatch. I haven't seen it, but I've heard extraordinary things. Again, I just continue to applaud you on your schedule. Every year, I look forward to it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll probably play Middleburg. That'll play Middleburg. So you guys are very consistent. I think of all of the films we asked, I think there were only 3 films that we asked about that you guys didn't have. And 2 of them are going to be much later in the year, and just one played someplace else. So
I think if we didn't have them, they are playing festivals usually. Because there's some films that weren't finished and they may be coming out a little bit later. I think that has been, as we've progressed and the distributors and studios have got to know us, and we've had great success in really being able to program the films that
we're really becoming well known as a film festival. We have got just accolades of not only its location, but how we actually put the film festival on. And we really try to bring in a wide audience so that they all feel comfortable in this very intimate, beautiful setting.
Well, ladies, as I tell you, I know you have more work to do on this press day today. The festival is a couple of days away. Looking forward to it. One more time before we get out of here, let people know about the COVID protocols of what should they expect when they come on the property this year.
Well, we're going to do COVID testing. We're all set up for that. They have to wear masks and proof of vaccination.
We recommend that you come with we are requiring a negative COVID test in addition to vaccination. Right. Telluride did this, other festivals are doing it, and really the talent, it requires it. But we're saying, get a test before you come. Yeah. It's easier, but if you don't, we have a testing site set up here right at Salamander. And, it'll be a rapid test. And, as we said, we love these films this year, but we want everyone to be safe.
Right. And
so it'll be a win-win for us if, people have a great time and stay healthy.
And are you guys allowing food in the theaters this year?
We are debating that. We are really debating that. Some people are doing it. I mean, some theaters are doing it, and others aren't. So we're still in talks.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah. But I want to say, if you go to middleburgfilm.org, you can tickets left for many great films, and we really, and just encourage you to kind of be adventuresome in your choices.
Yeah, you can eat in your cars for the.
We have a food truck. We have a great.
Yeah, we got food trucks and everything.
I want to mention one other film, Jockey. Okay, Jockey is a great film. It's with Clifton
Collins.
Yeah.
And Clifton will be with us along with the director, Clint Bentley, whose father was a jockey. And it's a really, Clifton is being touted for a possible Oscar nomination for his performance.
He's really good in it. He's really good in it. Yeah.
He's got an unbelievable lineup of celebrities.
See, you notice how there's several films that I've already seen because I'm trying to get ahead of the curve. I'm trying to see some things in advance so that I'll have room to see newer things at the festival.
That's great.
Well, I expect you to be seeing at least 5 a day. Now, I have to tell you one last thing. We have a group of women who come. There's 12 of them. Except, I think this year they're adding 2 men to the group. And they're all in, in their 70s and 80s they are. And at the end of the Sunday morning, I'll say to them, how many films have you seen? And they'll say 10 or 11 in just the first couple of days. So I think you can handle as many as they do.
Oh no, we will surpass them. I call it, this is my festival warm up, you know, because we have other festivals that come up. So Middleburg is, you got to see. I think we normally do about 20 films every time we come out to the festival, because you'll see about 5 a day. So it's not a big deal. It's what we
Yeah.
do.
It's
Look,
not a
it's
big
not a
deal.
big deal. It's not a big deal.
Thank
All right,
For
so
us,
ladies,
seasoned pros, it's not a
so-
big deal, but yeah, it's fun.
So is there anything else you guys want to plug before we get out of here? Because I'm going to see you in 48 hours.
You too. Thank you for
Yeah.
standing by us and supporting us and celebrating us. You are just invaluable.
Sheila, I celebrate you because I remember year one, Travis Hobson and I looked at the schedule and was like, we should try this festival, because we had been going to another festival, which I'm not going to name. And I loved the lineup first year, and I've loved the lineup ever since. And when you're out there, you feel like family. It feels like home. It's very intimate, but yet it's very comfortable. Everything about this festival, as I said earlier, just works really well. I look forward to the fall weather out there. I'm like, oh yeah, it feels like Middleburg. Feels nice out here.
you, Tim, that I have your swag bag all packed.
Sheila, she's been promising me this swag bag for the last 2 years, and I have yet to see it.
Ongoing debate. Yeah.
But
Ladies,
No, we have, don't worry.
thank you, ladies.
Thank
But
you.
no, seriously, I want to tell everybody, make sure you're out at the Middleburg Film Festival. It's October the 14th through the 17th. 2 films on Thursday night, and then just full lineups from Friday through Sunday. You won't be disappointed, trust me. I will see you ladies out there. I have my COVID test and all my protocols have been met. So I am ready to festival with you this year.
All righty,
We
looking
look-
forward to seeing you.
Thanks so much.
All right, you guys take care.
Middleburgfilm.org.
What was that? One more time, Sheila?
Middleburgfilm.org. You can go online to see our lineup.
Check out the lineup, make your decisions. It's an incredible one.
All right, ladies, you take care and enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.